your forecast first. Sponsored by Matex Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing.
And we are live back here in our town, Pana, as I sit along the city streets here on a nice, very nice Friday evening. We're out here with the Illinois pork producers. We're going to be talking to the mayor of Pana coming up here as well. That is all going to be on Our Town Pana as we continue the tradition of talking about what's been going on out here in these great small cities and towns. I got to tell you, the weather, it's been a little warm out here. Lots of sunshine, though. Temperatures are in the mid and upper 80s right now. 89 in Springfield. It is 86 in Champaign. As we go throughout the course of tonight, things are going to cool off. We're going to talk about how temperatures this weekend are going to be a lot better. Stick around. WCIA 3 News, Our Town Pana starts
on
right
WCIA 3 News.
A Decatur woman was just in the wrong place at the wrong time. How friends and family are remembering her after being shot today.
I was just shocked. I was disgusted.
Every car was tagged with one, while many couldn't rip them off fast enough.
To where a decision had to be made one way or the other.
And it's a summer tradition in Illinois, but not this year, when the state fair could reopen its gates.
You're watching your local news leader. This is WCIA 3 News at 6.
It goes back to paying attention to everything in front of you, driving the speed limit.
And in this case, police say that may not have happened. Families are mourning the loss of 3 people killed in a crash yesterday. Happened just south of Mattoon on I-57. Good evening, I'm Paul Cicchini. Investigators say it happened because one driver failed to stop. Eventually, 5 other vehicles were hit. WCIA 3's Courtney Bunting has more.
Traffic backed up from a crash on I-57 miles away led to a crash here that killed 3 people just south of Mattoon.
Our officers were on scene for quite some time just to make sure that traffic was deterred in certain directions.
Those officers were called to help state police on I-57 near Mattoon. It was around 3:30 Thursday, where drivers were already backed up from a crash just a half hour before. However, police say one vehicle approaching the backup didn't slow down and hit 3 others. Eventually, 6 vehicles were involved and 3 people killed. So
it's really important to not only follow the speed limit, but to also give yourself plenty of space between you and the car in front of you.
Andre Paprava from Florida was one of the victims. His daughter describes him as kind, loving, and energetic. The Coles County Coroner's Office is still not releasing the names of the 2 others. Officers say this tragedy serves as a reminder to always be aware when driving on the interstate.
If you take your eyes off the roadway and you're speeding, your ability to get stopped in time is greatly reduced.
In Mattoon, Courtney Bunting, WCIA 3, your local news leader.
2 people were seriously hurt in the crash that happened earlier Thursday. State police have not released an update on their conditions. The Morgan County Treasurer is dead after a single-car crash. The coroner says 49-year-old Jenny Gernard died at the scene of the crash. It happened around 6:30 this morning at Old State Road and Walbaum Lane, just east of Jacksonville. The Morgan County Coroner's Office and Sheriff's Department are investigating. We have an update to a story from last year. A woman who drove her car off the Bradley Avenue Bridge in September pleaded guilty. Asia Marshall faces up to 10 years in prison. She drove her Jeep off of the then unfinished bridge, hitting a barrier on the interstate. You can see it right there on your screen. 2 passengers riding with her were hurt. Her blood alcohol level at that time, 3 times the legal limit. She's scheduled to be sentenced in August. We have some new information tonight. A former U of I economics professor is taking the university to court. Joe Petrie resigned from his job at the U of I last year amid an investigation into his relationship with a student. A new lawsuit claims the U of I violated the terms of his resignation. It says the document he signed when he quit indicated the university would stop looking into any claims of misconduct. Instead, the U of I continued to investigate Petrie for more than a year. The suit says officials later determined Petrie had not violated any university standards. Petrie suing for nearly $8 million. You can see all of the details on our website, WCIA.com. People in Decatur held a vigil to mourn the loss of a woman who was shot earlier this week. Happened Saturday near Garfield and Railroad Avenues. 22-year-old Shamila Sanders died days later. WCIA3's Jamie Mays is live in Decatur tonight. So, Jamie, you were there for the vigil and spoke to Sanders' father. Why did he want the community to be there?
Right, Paul, that visual is still going on right now. You can see the people behind me. Many of these families that are out here today have lost daughters, sons, and family to gun violence, and they're hoping by strength in numbers and unity, they're able to do something to bring peace to their community. Shamila Sanders was shot in the neck on Saturday and taken to the hospital. She died Tuesday. 2 men were arrested in connection with that shooting. One of them is being charged with murder. Sanders' father told me Shamila was a mother of 2 who was well loved. This visual was not only to honor Sanders, but the many others in this community who have lost people that they know, their sons, daughters, families to violence. They're hoping that by coming together and uniting the community, they're able to come up with some solutions to better bring peace to the neighborhoods. Reporting in Decatur, Jamie Mays, WCIA3, your local news leader.
All right, Jamie, thanks. Danville police are investigating racist propaganda that was spread across the city overnight. They're looking into it as a felony hate crime. WCIA3's Karina Rubio spoke with community members to hear their thoughts on this happening in their backyard.
People in Danville woke up to racist, threatening flyers posted across their city. Erin Brimbury found one on her windshield.
I was just shook. I was disgusted. That takes time and energy and effort, and I was just shook. I couldn't believe it.
It includes the N-word and reads, "If police won't protect you, skinheads will. Stop the hate, segregate." Brimbury says the flyers were put on almost every single car in her apartment's parking lot.
And there are black children in this apartment complex. I am a substitute teacher at Danville. I teach black children, and I can't imagine going to the car and seeing that as a child.
That wasn't the only targeted spot. Police say people called in from several areas to report the propaganda. Officers went out to collect evidence and say some of the flyers were placed in Ziploc bags with small rocks. One community leader says even though this white supremacist message might come as a shock to some people, to her it's no surprise.
We know that there will be pushback anytime that we stand up and speak.
Because ultimately these gatherings...
Mary Catherine Roberson recently spoke at Danville's peaceful Black Lives Matter protest. She says anytime there's a swell of support like that, there's bound to be backlash.
We don't put energy into arguing with those people. We don't put energy into feeding those people because that depletes the energy that we need to fight for our rights and for our equality. We push forward together.
In Danville, Karina Rubio, WCIA3, your local news leader.
Danville police are asking people and businesses to look at their own security footage between midnight and 7 a.m. The police chief shared a statement saying, quote, "The Danville Police Department and the citizens it serves will not tolerate the incitement of violence or hate in any form, as well as attempts to create divisiveness." For the 7th straight day, new cases of COVID-19 are below 1,000 in Illinois. And for the first time since March, they're below 600. There were just over 590 new cases. That brings the state's total to over 131,000. There are 77 new deaths since yesterday's update. 6,200 people have now died in the state from the coronavirus. While the number of reported COVID-19 cases are falling here, cases do continue to climb nationally. Around 20 states are seeing increases in not only cases but hospitalizations. Public health experts say many of those states relaxed their social distancing efforts too quickly. Doctors in central Illinois say our 14-day averages look good, but we can't let our guard down.
We just need to continue to do what we're doing in terms of going out, wearing masks, still maintaining a distance when you're in public, also washing hands frequently, and then, just following the etiquette. If you want to cough, cough in your elbow. You're sick, don't go to work. Things like this.
As temperatures climb outside, doctors say limiting group sizes and wearing masks are important as AC units could circulate droplets that are suspended in the air. A year-round shelter will be opening 4 months earlier than expected. It'll be part of See You at Home in Champaign and will offer a place for men and women to stay. Normally, they would close the shelter during the warmer months. Both men and women will eventually be at the location where they are now. That's on the corner of Washington and Market. Some renovations will need to happen before then. Leaders with See You at Home say this is thanks to donations from the community. The first day it's open will be Monday. Some Illini football players returned to campus earlier this week. What team arrived today? Also tonight.
We were hoping that things would get better, change a little bit.
Many were holding out hope the state fair would be a go this summer. What decision the governor made today.
And the grill fired up as always with the Illinois pork producers out here with us at Our Town Pana as we feature this great little town out here tonight. We're going to be talking with the mayor when we come back and talk about this weather that has been a little warm today, but it's going to cool down for the weekend. Your full forecast is coming up.